Mr. Lemoncello's Library, Gravenstein. Chapter 16. Rocky had done its job. Kyle and everybody else locked inside the library was definitely awake. Even Charles Chiltington had come down to the rotunda reading room from Mr. Lemoncello's private suite. The only essay writer not in the group was Sierra Russell, who Kyle figured was off looking for another book to read. "We're still locked in?" squealed Haley Daly. "This is so lame," said Sean Keegan. "It's like 11:30. I've got things to do, places to be. Look, you guys, they'll probably open the front door right after we eat or something." "Well, where's that ridiculous librarian?" said Charles Chiltington, who was never very nice when there weren't any adults in the room. "Yeah," said Rose Vermette. "I can't stay in here all day. I have soccer game at 2. And dudes," said Sean Keegan, "I have a life." "Do you children require assistance?" said a soft motherly voice. It was the semi-transparent holographic image of Miss Tobin, the librarian from the 1960s. She was hovering a few inches off the ground in front of the center desk. "Yes," said Kayla Corson. "How do we get out of here?" The librarian blinked. There was the way a second-hand calculator, the one your oldest brother dropped on the floor a billion times, does when it's figuring out a square root. "I'm sorry," said the robotic librarian. "I have not been provided with the answer to that question." "Will we be doing brunch here this morning?" Chiltington asked politely. "I'm not hungry, but some of my chums sure are. After all, it's 11:30. The kitchen staff recently placed fresh fruit in the Book Nook Cafe. "Thank you, Miss Tobin," said Chiltington. "Would you like anything? A bowl of oatmeal, perhaps?" "No, thank you, Charles. I am a hologram. I do not eat food." "I guess that's how you stay so super skinny." Kyle shook his head. That smarmy guy was oilier than a soggy sack of fries. He was even up to a hologram. Chiltington and the others tripped off to have breakfast, but Kyle and Akemi stayed with the holographic librarian. I have a question," said Kyle. "I'm listening." "Is the library locking over? Are we supposed to go home now? Mr. Lemoncello will be addressing that issue shortly." "Okay, thanks, Miss Tobin." "You're welcome, Kyle." After the librarian faded to a flicker, Kimmy said, "By the way, Kyle, before we leave, we need to check out that room I slept in last night. The boardroom?" "Yeah, they call it that because guess what? It's filled with board games." "All Lemoncellos?" "Nuh-uh. Stuff from other companies. Some of it goes way back to 1890s. I think it's Mr. Lemoncello's personal collection. It's like a museum up there." Kyle's eyes went wide. "You hungry?" he asked. "Not really. We ate so much last night." "Do you think we have time to check out this game museum?" "Follow me." The two friends bounded up a spiral staircase to the second floor, where they found another set of steps to take them up to the third. When they entered the boardroom, Kyle was blown away. Wow! The walls were lined with bookcases filled with antique games, tin toys, and card games. "This is incredible." "I guess so, Kimmy, if you know you like games." Kyle smiled. "Which, I do." They spent several quiet minutes wandering around the room, taking all the wacky games that people used to play. There was one display case featuring 8 games with amazingly illustrated box tops. A tiny spotlight illuminated each one. "Wonder what's so special about these games," said Kyle. "Maybe those were Mr. Lemoncello's favorites when he was a kid." "Maybe," but the slogan etched in the glass confused Kyle. "Luigi Lemoncello, the first and last word in games." "But these aren't Lemoncello's games," he mumbled. The first spotlight came in the case was Howdy Doody's TV game. After that came Husker Du, You Don't Say, Like Mines, Fun City, Big Six Sport Games, Get the Message, and Rough and Ready. "It's a puzzle," Kyle said with a grin. "I thought they were games." "They are, but if you string together the first or last word of each game title," he tapped the glass in front of the first box on himself, "you get the message." "Really," said Kimmy, sounding extremely skeptical. "Your shirt's not just a bunch of junk somebody picked up for like 50 cents at a yard sale?" "Positive," Kyle pointed to each box top as he cracked the code. "Howdy. Do you like fun games? Get ready." Miguel Hernandez marched into the boardroom. "Here you are. We need you guys in the Electronic Learning Center now." "Why?" Charles Chiltington wolfed down his breakfast. Then he raced up here to finish the game he started last night, so he could enter his name as the first high scorer. "So? The game he's playing is all about medieval castles and dungeons." This time Akemi said, "So?" "He's escaping through the sewers. The game has smell-o-vision. You ever smell a medieval sewer? Trust me, it's foul and disgusting." 3 of them dashed up the hall and entered the stinky room where Charles was sitting in a vibrating pedestal chair, thumbing his controller. As his avatar sloshed through a sewer pipe, the subwoofer built into his seat made a squish and splat, rumbled across the floor. Whoa, said Niall. Knock it off, Charles. You're pumping out total tear gas. Because I'm in the sewers underneath the horse stables. That's the secret out of the castle. I'm going to win another game. It's 2 for me, Keeley. How many for you? Yo, said Miguel. The room has 2 stories above the cafe. The ductwork is connected. What's your point? You're making everybody's food downstairs sound like horse manure. Who cares? I'm winning. Charles' chair went flump again. By this time, Kyle smelled pine trees, like one of those evergreen air fresheners people hung inside their cars. Ah, this stupid thing's broken. Charles jumped out of the chair and reared back to kick it. I wouldn't do that if I were you, said Kyle. Why not? Because there's a security cam over there, and it's aimed right at you. What? Where? See the blinking red light? Suddenly, an image of Kyle pointed up at the camera lens appeared on every video screen in the Electronic Learning Center, until he was replaced by Lemoncello. 17. Excellent escape plan, Charles, said Mr. Lemoncello on the video screen. Thank you, sir, said Chilton, smoothing out his khaki pants. And just so you know, I saw an ant crawling up the side of the seat. That's why I almost kicked it. How very thoughtful of you, Charles. Mr. Lemoncello asked Akimi. Yes? How come the sewer started smelling like a pine tree? 'Cause I enjoy the odor of pine trees much more than the stench of horse poop. How about you? Definitely. Well then, everybody else, please join us upstairs in the Electronic Learning Center. I have a very important announcement to make. Kyle heard feet clumping the stairs, and soon Andrew, Bridget, Yasmin, Sean, Haley, Rose, and Kayla hurried into the room. Are we all here? Asked Mr. Lemoncello. Everybody except Sierra Russell, said Kyle. Ah, yes, I saw her downstairs reading When You Reach Me by Rebecca Steed. We'll reach her later. It's nearly noon. I'm eager to move on to the next round of our competition. What competition? Said Yasmin. The one we are about to begin. Sir, said Sean King, I have stuff to do today. That's fine, Sean. You are, of course, free to leave. If any of the rest of you do not wish to stay and play, kindly deposit your library cards in the discard pile. A tile on the floor popped open. An empty goldfish bowl atop an ornate column rose up 3 feet. Just drop it into the bowl there, Sean. Attaboy. Follow the flashing red arrows on the floor to the nearest exit, where you'll receive a lovely parting gift, along with my everlasting admiration for your essay writing abilities. Bright red arrows danced across the floor. Sean followed them. What happens if we decide to say? Asked Akimi. You'll be given a chance to play a brand new exciting game. Is there a prize for the winner? Demanded Haley Daly. Oh, yes. Now Miguel shot his hand. Mr. Lemoncello, what do we have to do to win? Simple. Find your way out of the library using only what's in the library. Awesome. Lame, mumbled Kayla Corson. I'm out of here. She plunked her library card into the fishbowl and followed the blinking arrows out the door. Does anyone else want to or need to leave? Sorry, sir. I have a soccer at 2, said Rose Vermette. See you guys later. She dropped her card into the discard bowl. Then she did. Bell rings. Confetti fell from the ceiling, and every electronic console in the game room started. Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations, Rose, cried Mr. Lemoncello, who put on a pointy party hat. For sticking to your prior commitments, you will receive our special prior commitment sticker prize. A complete set of Lemoncello sticker picture games and laptop computer to play them on. Enjoy. Charles Chiltington stepped a little closer to the security camera as Rose Vermette skipped out of the room. Sir, might we assume that the prize for winning your brand new game will even better than a laptop computer? Yes, said Mr. Lemoncello, taking off his party hat. You may so assume. I'm in, said Chiltington. Me too, said Kyle. Me too, added Akimi, Miguel, Andrew, Bridget, Yasmin, and Haley. Sarah Russell wandered into the room. Her nose was buried so deep in her book she didn't even notice Mr. Lemoncello's gigantic face on all the video screens. Is something going on? She said, mostly to her book pages. You bet, boomed Mr. Lemoncello. Sierra's head snapped up. Oh, hello, sir. Greetings, Sierra. Sorry to interrupt your reading. Just have a quick question. Will you be staying or leaving? Well, sir, I'd like to stay if that's okay. Okay, it's wondermus. Another word I just made up. Now then, to read the rules of the game, because every game needs rules. Here's your friend and mine, Dr. Yanina Zhichenko. The video screen switched to a close-up of the librarian with red hair and glasses. Your exit from the library must be completed between noon today and noon tomorrow, said Dr. Z. Mr. Lemoncello's head popped up into a corner of her screen. Tomorrow's my birthday, by the way. Mark your calendars. And he ducked back out of the frame. Our security guards will continue holding your cell phones, said Dr. Z. You may not use the library computers to contact anyone outside the building. You may, however, use them to conduct research. You may also request 3 different types of outside assistance. 1. Ask an expert. 1 librarian consultation, and 1 extreme challenge. Please be advised, the extreme challenges are, as the name implies, extremely difficult. If you pass the challenge, your reward will be great. However, if you fail, you'll be eliminated from the competition. Kyle figured he'd avoid asking for one of those, unless he extremely needed to. To use any of these lifelines, Dr. Z continued, simply summon Miss Tobin. Chiltington raised his hand. Yes, Charles, would you mind telling us what the prize will be for the winner? The video screen switched to an image of Mr. Lemoncello, who had done some quick sort of change. Now he was wearing sunglasses and had a silk ascot tucked into his shirt collar. He looked like a flashy Hollywood movie star from 1939. Fame and glory! The winner will become my new spokesperson and will star in all my holiday promotions. We'll be famous, gushed Jasmine, fluffing up her hair and smiling at the security camera. Haley stepped in front of Yasmin. I've done some modeling work for Sherman's Shoes in town. Yasmin stood in front of Haley. I was an extra in a hot dog commercial once. Well, I'm a cheerleader. Yasmin isn't. While the two girls continued primping and posing for the camera, Dr. Z came back on screen to quickly rattle off some final words. Your library cards are the keys to everything you'll need. The staff is here to help you find whatever it is you're looking for. The way out is not the way you came in. You may not use any of the fire exits. If you do, an alarm will sound and you will be immediately eliminated from the game. For safety purposes, you will be under constant video surveillance and you will be recorded. In the unlikely event of emergency, you will be evacuated from the building. Creating an incident that requires evacuation will not count as having discovered a way to exit the library. Any questions? Just one, said Andrew Peckelman, adjusting his goggle-sized glasses with a fingertip. When exactly will the game begin? Mr. Lemoncello's face reappeared on screen. Good question, Andrew. Oh my, it's noon. How about, let's say, I don't know, now?